Good morning. So today is Friday and I've been stuck in the house all week. So I had a bit of a really fatigued week this week with lots of aches and pains and whatnot. So I haven't been anywhere. So I thought today, don't know if you can see, maybe if I tilt, there you go, blue skies. So sunshine with a bit of frost this morning, but that's cleared up. So I'm going to hit the charity shops to see what I can find. There we go, blue skies. You can see the cathedral in the distance. Good morning, welcome back to the channel. So you'll have seen a little bit of footage of me doing some shopping. I went out on, when was it? Was it Friday morning? Did the charity shops, which was nice. The weather was really cold, like there was frost and stuff, but it was nice and bright. The sun was shining, which is lovely. Spring is definitely on its way. There's lots of, we've got some snowdrops up in the garden and all the buds on the trees. So let's get stuck in. I'll show you what I found. I had quite a good day actually. You know those days where you go and you think, probably won't find too much, but actually I got some really, really nice pieces. A couple of keepers as well for my own collection, can't help myself, but plenty of other things for resale. I've been working on my website in the background, so adding some listings and things, getting the store filled up, and then fingers crossed I can hopefully launch that in April. So let's get stuck into the haul. So I found a lot more than I thought I was going to find, as you know, the way goes. I had prayed to the thrifting gods and hoped for the best, and yeah, they delivered, which is awesome. So I'll go through what I found. Had a really good day for bangles. I think it was in the same charity shop, so I think someone had maybe donated their whole collection. So I got to have a pick through those and found some nice keepers, which is awesome. The first thing I'm going to show you is I got these from eBay. And these were a bargain. Someone had taken a photograph of the item, but only one of the pair. So a lot of people, when they're looking through eBay, will judge based on that first photograph that they see in the listing. So as they're scrolling through, and if that doesn't attract people, then they're not likely to click into the item and read a bit more and see the other photographs. And I spotted that the person had only put a photograph of one of the items, but then when you clicked in, it did actually say it was a pair and there was a photograph of both. So there was a chance that not so many people would be bidding, and I watched the item and then yeah, I was really, really lucky. So these are for the living room. I think I told you that I'm going for like a boho, really kind of neutral colours, relaxed, lots of plants and that kind of thing, and lots of brass. I love brass. So these are cobras, and they're made out of solid brass. Lovely candlestick holders, so those long tapered candles that you get. And these are just fantastic, and it's really funny. One of the YouTubers that I like to follow, Lynn, she's based in Ireland, in Limerick. If you haven't watched her videos, do. I'll pop a link down to her channel below and then you can check her out. She likes to go thrifting and she finds similar things to me, bits of jewellery, but also bits of house stuff. And she found some of these this week. How weird is that? So we both sourced exactly the same item, which made me laugh when I saw it. I was like, I can't believe that. We must be kind of tuned in somehow, magically. And these come apart, so they're kind of in sections. This top section comes off, then this is a separate section that screws into the tail at the bottom. But yeah, they're quite heavy, and they're not exactly the same, which I'm not bothered about. They look the same from a distance, so if I was to hold them up, you'd probably think they were the same thing, but they've got slightly different designs on them. One is a lot brighter than the other, so I'll probably give this one a clean with some apple cider vinegar, submerge it in some warm water and add some vinegar and leave that to kind of just take off the surface dirt because it's quite dull. But yeah, these are going to go on my mantelpiece, and pop a candle in each of those. I think they'll look amazing, kind of poking up between some plants maybe. So I was super chuffed, and I managed to, it was an auction, and I bidded on these and I won these for £13.50. So I was really, really chuffed. So not as cheap as going to the charity shops. However, I've never seen these in the charity shops, so I was quite chuffed to find them online so cheap. There was lots of other pairs that people were selling, but they were like £45 upwards, right up to, I think someone had a pair for like £115, and they had some enamel detail on here in red and black, but I think I prefer these just plain brass ones with the etched pattern on. So yeah, we both found some snakes, which is awesome. So I did my usual route round Wakefield. I didn't venture any further afield because I've got some trips coming up this month in March. I've got a trip to Saltburn and Redcar, so on the coast, and then also Lancaster and Morecambe as well. And I know that Lancaster and Morecambe's got some really good charity shops, so I'm having to kind of have a budget, put some money to one side for the trips, and of course I shall take you along with me. I'll be filming when I go on those. They're in a couple of weeks' time. They're actually quite close together as well. I've got one week and then one the following week. So yeah, I've put some money to one side and hopefully we'll find some awesome things there. So this I couldn't leave behind. So this is one of those that you just think, oh, it's too cute. It's just too cute to leave. But look at that. At first I thought it was a chipmunk, but it's not, it's a bunny. And it's got the original sticker on the side there, which I thought was really nice. So it is a Merry Rabbits Goebel Productions, and it does have the stamp on the bottom as well. West Germany. If I can hold that up, then you can see. So it's just here. And it's in really good condition. I think maybe someone, it was on its own, so there wasn't a set. So maybe someone just had this in a cupboard or in the loft or something and never been used. And that was £1.50. And this was from the RSPCA shop in Wakefield. And if you do get chance, if you're local and you get chance to pop in there, or you feel like you could make a donation, please do. Their animal rescue is at risk of closing. They're really, really struggling. And yeah, that would be a real shame for that to disappear, because they do some amazing work rescuing cats and dogs and what have you, rabbits, guinea pigs. Yeah, their work is just amazing. So if you do get a chance to support them, please do. So there we go. Nice little rabbit mug. And then I got some bangles in there, which were absolutely awesome. I think I spent about 15 quid in there. And this is the first one that I saw. They have like one of those stands where you can turn it and there are things on each side. So as I turned it, this was the first item that I spotted. And this is the root beer plastic that I like to collect. So I have a lot of this. But look at that. So it's a nice big chunky bangle, and it's a lovely amber orange colour. And then it's got some swirls of ink inside. Now, it has got a bit of age to it. You can see that, well, I can see that there's a few kind of, not cracks, but where the plastic's gone a little bit brittle. And yeah, but it's still, to say it's vintage, it's still in great condition, and it fits perfectly. So that'll look great on its own or stacked with some other bangles. It's got a little bit of glue residue here, but with a bit of surgical spirit, I should just be able to clean that off, or a little bit of nail polish remover. That was £3. I really like this design. It's quite, reminds me of the Greek design that you used to get on necklaces and bracelets on holiday. So that was my first bangle. Second bangle, look at this. This is amazing. Look at the swirls in there. So again, it's a nice big chunky bangle, quite heavy as well. It's got a bit of weight to it, but just, oh, those colours are amazing. I'm trying to hold it up to the light so that you can see a little bit more. So this might be going in the collection as well, I'm not sure, or it'll be going on the website. And this was £3 as well, but it's beautiful. I like this detail, this metal detail rim around the edge. A little bit different. Ooh, so excited to find those. And then these were on different sides of the doings. So these little skinny ones, plastic, so black and cream. Love that colour combination. Black and white, black and cream. And then on the other side was the chunky one. So they were priced separately, which is fine. But it's nice to have all three. So I'll probably sell those all together. And then, did I find anything else in there? I don't think I did. Or did I? I might have got the owl from there as well. So you will have seen these before. Little articulated owls with a moving body. And this I'll be putting to one side, so it'll go away for the Witches' Fair later in the year. Everything that I got on Friday didn't pay over £3 for anything. So there was a sale on in the Hospice shop. Everything was half price. Clothing was £2 and everything else was half price, which is brilliant. I think I got like £7.50 worth of jewellery, and then it was half of that, which is amazing. So in the Hospice, I picked up one of these, a nice vintage faceted glass. No Aurora Borealis coating on this one, it's just plain glass. But it's nice and short, so almost choker style. That was £1, but obviously it was half price in the sale. I picked up a nice black and white. It's only plastic. I thought it was glass at first, but it's just plastic. But that's a nice long flapper style necklace. That was from the Hospice. What else did we get from there? This one. So this is got a little knot in it that I need to work out. This is a miracle. So it's like a little bug. Looks like a little bee or something. Then this little cabochon in the centre. Or maybe it's just flowers. and leaves. Not sure. I'll try and hold that up so you can see. But to me, it first looked like a little bee or a fly or something. I thought that was quite sweet. So that was from the Hospice. What else did I get? I think that was it. Did this come from the Hospice? Possibly. This one I was excited to pick up because I have the matching bracelet that will go with this. So these sections here, I have a stretch bracelet that's made out of these panels all the way around. So that'd be quite nice to list those either together or separately, but let people know that there are both in case they want to make a set out of them. It's got some really nice beads that are made out of shell. Nice triple stranded necklace. And then I started off in St. Vincent's, did a little bit of filming in there, which you'll have seen, and didn't find very much this time. However, this was on, they started putting some of their nicer jewellery on like a glass cabinet, and this was £5 for the set, which was really reasonable, and I just think this is stunning. So this is Abalone shell. So if I hold that up, maybe the light will catch. And it's been polished, and it's purples, greens, blues. It's very, it looks like the ocean and makes you think of the ocean. But it's absolutely stunning. So that's the stretch bracelet. And then they had the matching necklace as well. Look at that. So it's got the white shell on that side, the kind of more mother of pearl, and then the other side is all the purples and the blues and the greens, and it's just beautiful, and it sits lovely as well around your neck. And then the clasp has got 925 on as well, so it's got a nice sterling silver clasp. So a £5 for the set, I thought that was super reasonable. And I'm actually going to be, this leads me on to my video for next week. So next week I'm doing a video all about abalone shell. So some information about how it's used in jewellery, some of the kind of mystical properties and things. And I have a collection to show you as well. So that'll be coming up in next week's video. Found a little bit of pilgrim, vintage pilgrim jewellery. So a Danish design. There we go. So it's a lovely enamelled necklace with some rhinestone detail, and then it kind of goes down in size right down to this little drop at the bottom. It does have the pilgrim tag, and it has pilgrim on the back. Anything more modern like that, modern vintage, modern, will be going on the eBay store. I have been listing stuff on there, and I really need to get rid of the clothing. It's stuck around the house in little piles everywhere, so I need to maybe slash some prices or have a sale or something and get some of the older stock shifted, and then I can get some of this jewellery on there. This one is gorgeous. Absolutely love this. So this is a rhinestone mid-century necklace. Look at that. And you can't really tell on camera, but these are all a shade of pink. So I really like pink. And then they've got an Aurora Borealis coating on the top as well. I'll do a close-up like I usually do, and I'll pan round everything. But really, really sparkly. I think that was a couple of quid. Very, very reasonable. This one has the clasp missing, which is a really simple fix. And what's happened is the loop at the top there has just popped open and the hook's fallen off. So it's a nice multi-stranded necklace, and again it's this root beer faux amber plastic, lots of strands. I love that sound. Very, very tactile. Love it. So I'm just going to pop probably maybe a hook and a loop on there just to finish it off, and then that one will be ready for resale. I love finding this stuff in the wild. Love it. You can find some more modern pieces as well, which are kind of copying and replicating vintage pieces. I got some lovely clip-on earrings. These were from Age UK. £1.49. Really, really bold. So very 80s in your face kind of a look. They're lovely. They need a little bit of a polish up, and I suspect they might be silver plated because they've got a bit of tarnish on the front. But I love that shape. I love finding clip-on earrings. They always do really well for me. When I did the Witches Fair last year, there's quite a few older ladies asking about clip-on earrings, so I'm trying to put a few aside as well for that. We have a date for November and a date for December, and I'm waiting on hopefully a summer solstice event as well, which will be good. So this was also from Age UK, and it is a little tie clip with a little slither of mother of pearl in the centre. That was £1.50, and that one is, it does say on the back, Nippy Clip. Ooh, that's quite a nice name, isn't it? Nippy Clippy. And that is made in England. So that's quite nice. It's got a little scrolly pattern on it as well. Awesome. Now, in this little bag is a pair of earrings, and these are also clip-ons, but a different style of clip, so very, very small, and when you wear them it would actually look like they were stud earrings. And these were £1.50. Try and pop it on my hand so that you can see the design. There we go. So it hangs down and jiggles about. Nice little clear paste stone earrings. £1.49. That's some really good bargains in Wakefield, actually. I did a little bit of filming in British Heart Foundation and didn't buy a sausage because they're so expensive. A few that have been in further afield, their prices seem to have come down, but not in Wakefield. And it was all displayed, all tangled up. All the necklaces were kind of tangled, all the bracelets were tangled. It was a bit of a mess. And I found a really nice chunky plastic bangle, and they wanted £5 for it, for a plastic bangle. So I was like, nope. Keep on searching, and yeah, found plenty elsewhere. So I found some nice pearls, some freshwater pearls. I believe this is a handmade necklace, and it's loosened a little, so there's a bit of a gap here that needs fixing. So I'll probably take this apart and restring it, which is quite simple to do. And this one also has a little sterling silver clasp on it as well. There we go. So some lovely freshwater pearls, and then in between is a gemstone, and I believe it's iolite, which is also called a water sapphire, and is something that people wear as an alternative to sapphire, because sapphire is the birthstone for September, which is my birthday. So that's my birthstone, and I have a lovely necklace that's got an iolite stone on it. It's almost like, I'm trying to think of the colour, like an indigo purpley blue. It's beautiful. So yeah, I'm going to restring that one, and that'll be ready for resale. I was very chuffed. I was very, very chuffed with all the things that I found. I was quite lucky. This is the last necklace that I picked up. I need to stop picking necklaces up because I've got absolutely hundreds. But it's a really long flapper style necklace. These are all glass beads. These little sections, someone has turned them into kind of like flower shapes by wiring them together. But I love those colours, paired up with these lovely silver tone beads as well. Very good quality, and it's a double strand. So it sits, one strand is slightly shorter than the other. So it sits like that, which is lovely. That was £2. Like I say, everything was super reasonable. I really like that one. That'd look beautiful on a nice crisp white blouse or top for the summer. Maybe for your holidays. We've just booked a holiday, actually. We didn't have anything booked this year, and my partner's booked for us to go to the Lake District again, so that'll be exciting. That's later in the year. So I'm now going to give you a sneak peek in the bathroom, because all the work is done. There's just a bit of decorating to do and some flooring to go in, so let's have a look. There we go. So as you can see, we've got our beautiful blue tiles, got a little tinge of green in them. It's our new toilet. Need to get a new little bin that's matching in with the colours. Might get a white one or a grey one. That's our sink with our lovely taps. Love that style. And as you can see, the top half of the walls need painting. So I've done a mist coat. I have done the ceiling. And then I just need to get this section painted, which is going to be a nice light green. So this is the shower curtain. Love, 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 love this towel rail. It's really, really good. And it gives off quite a lot of heat as well, so it keeps this room nice and dry. And then in here, we have the same tiles as the blue, but in white. I wonder if I can zoom in and give you a better look. Yeah, there we go. And then shower and matching tap set with a handheld as well, so that when we pop Torvi in the bath, we can give her a rinse down with the shower head rather than having to use a jug. That's the massive, humongous bath, which I'm in love with. Love this bath. It's got really slim edges as well, so it feels a lot bigger. So there we go. That's our new bathroom. I've got a new door on as well. And then I've just put a couple of bath mats down until we decide what flooring we want to have. We've had some samples through. I really like this one and Dave really likes that one. So we're in a bit of a pickle at the minute. I agree that lighter is better because it's nice, makes it nice and airy in here, but I do like this one. Love this kind of concrete-y look. So yeah, let me know in the comments which one you think would look better. So yeah, that's me done. I'm now going to edit the video and get that ready to release this afternoon. And as always, if you enjoy this kind of content, consider giving the channels a thumbs up and subscribing so that you get the notifications. New videos out weekly. Next week is going to be about abalone shell and how that's used in jewellery and how it's been used over the years. And I've got a haul to show you as well, so that should be fun. And yeah, as always, I shall catch you on the next one.